adventure on a microscope slide.
But when you're only one cell, a drop of water is a big place.
Our story starts with the trauma of a planarian getting her head sliced into by a curious biology student.
As each half degenerates, it seems that two heads aren't necessarily better than one.
As one head falls asleep, the other tries to crash an exclusive amoeba nightclub.
Will she get in, or will the amoebas attack? When amoebas attack.
By J. Rabushka. I felt the knife slicing through the middle of my head and down between my eyes. I heard the laughter from above.
Ew, yuck. Wow, cool.
I could do nothing as my head was split from top to bottom. Little did I know, this had been the fates of my brothers and sisters before me. It was the fate in store for all of us. Such is the life of a planarian in a high school science lab. You'll get used to it, they told me.
That's how I met your mother.
My dad disclosed. Having my head severed into two on a daily basis was not something I was looking forward to. You never knew who was going to be swimming right next to you.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
I asked first.
I was here first.
Are you sure?
As planaria, we regenerate. If you cut me in half, each half grows a new hole. If you cut my head in half, each half grows a new head.
And I'd like to know where you think you're going.
To the left, as if it matters.
I don't want to go left.
Deal with it, or get left behind.
There's more interesting stuff right over there.
We're on a microscope slide. There's nothing interesting anywhere. Well, if you look up, you could see someone's eyeball.
What is that?
It's a paramecium. Avoid her. She's such a gossip.
Let me tell you what she said, then I said, then she said.
I can see we have divergent personalities. Now I have to head you off.
I wish I could have quit while I was ahead. Now I'm two.
Where should two heads head to?
I think you should be the head that gets left behind.
How I longed for a single life.
And then we had to listen to the class gloating over our misfortune.
That is so cool. What if we gave it 4 heads?
Ooh, what if we gave it 100?
No, class, don't get carried away. How would you like it if someone did that to you?
Can we try Sheila? She's not using her head.
Stop it, that's not funny.
No one said it was funny. It's just the truth.
I'm not sure why I was designated as the new head. We both come from the same place, but because she thinks she was here first, she thinks I have to follow her orders.
One time, an army of paramecia came to our village and tried to conquer us by splitting us in two. Little did they realize that the next day there would be twice as many of us, which is another reason we don't speak to her over in the corner.
Let me tell you what she said, then I said, then she said.
Boring.
That happened over a week ago, like 15 generations back. Can't we let bygones be bygones?
How do you know about that?
Half my head is yours.
So you're halfway.
I know everything you know.
Yet we disagree.
I want to go out tonight.
I want to stay home. Again, when you're planarian, there isn't much difference.
Where can you go for a good time around here?
Nowhere, really. We live in a petri dish. Today we're vacationing on a microscope slide.
There has to be something to do.
I hear there's something going on at the Amoeba Club, but it's hard to get your foot in the door. We don't have food, hence it's hard. And historically, we don't get along. They're so rude.
Look at the canary with 2 heads.
And so many cells. One cell is all anyone needs. Everything we have, right here. No looking around like, yo, where's my stomach? It's right here.
They have so much that can go wrong with them.
If we let them into the club, they'll take over.
Hey, did you hear about me and Betty?
What happened?
We got into a fight, and she split. Now I have 2 girlfriends.
Sorry, just a bit of amoeba humor. I mean, when you're only one cell and all.
I thought it was funny.
That's the 650th time I've heard it. Gotta split, R-O-F-L.
So, do we stay like this forever?
Hopefully some compassionate student will have mercy and cut us in half.
Then what?
Then you're on your own until some knife-wielding wacko tries this on you. 2 heads, 2 tails, too much to worry about.
I'm going to catch a nap.
You're what? I want to go out and party. Am I supposed to just wait here for you to wake up?
Yes, and be quiet.
But she thinks I'm just going to sit here and crush in. I'm going to the meeting club. I'm sure they'll let me in. It's not music anymore. Oh, soft sound, of course. This is my kind of club.
Excuse me, but we don't allow your kind in here.
What kind is that?
First of all, you have 2 heads.
First of all, you don't have a head at all.
This club is for amoebas only.
But I want to come in and boogie.
Go boogie with your own kind.
How can you boogie anyway? You only got 1 foot and it's false.
See, it's attitudes like yours that make us keep you out. And for your information, we do the hop. Looks like I have to call the bouncer. Hey, Bigfoot, we have a controversy up front.
Did I hear you say controversy?
We have a 2-headed planarian wants to get into the journey.
Alright, I'll take care of it. You guys gotta split.
That old joke, no one falls for it anymore.
Look, I've only got 1 head and I'm stupid on top of it. What were you expecting? An evening with Chris Rock?
I expected you to do your job, handle the controversy.
Alright, either the 2-headed monster gets, or there's gonna be a lot more controversy to come.
Besides, our chairs are made for one-cell creatures. You just don't fit in, literally.
And with that, they begin to attack.
Woke me out of a sound sleep.
It got ugly as it gets. When the amoebas attack.
They said they wanted a piece of me, so I cut my tail off and threw it at the bouncer.
Ow! Hey, that's not fair! You've got an advantage.
Sometimes being regenerative multi-cell invertebrate comes in handy.
By the time the fight was over, we were in pieces.
And the good news?
I'm free!
We're not bumping heads anymore.
We can go where we want.
Do what we want.
You might be cool to hang out with since we don't have to agree on anything.
Are you saying I'm hard to get along with?
Well, you had a good head on my shoulders.
Things got more heated when the fight at the club resulted in 6 times as many of us. Not to mention the amoebas were splitting like crazy.
And that paramecium in the corner, she was telling the whole story her way.
And then, you should have seen it. I mean, there's blood and body parts everywhere, and...
You're exaggerating, Mabel. Amoebas don't bleed, and they don't have body parts.
Well, these did. All over the dirt.
So now we're going to crash the amoeba nightclub and demand bigger chairs.
We don't have butts.
I'm sure we can grow some. Let's do it.
Look who's back. It's the freak with 2 heads.
Perhaps, but you can talk to my cousin Zoom.
Some overzealous students split Zeno in 2, then in 2 again. Zeno was a small army.
So let us in, or...
Truth was, after all that hassle, we were just too big to fit. Put a couple of planaria in a nightclub designed for amoebas, and well, no room to believe. But we planaria came up with a plan for an area of our own.
We're starting our own nightclub. A place for the younger, free generation.
We're gonna get down and boogie.